A lot of people are going to disagree with this, but ranking every emotion character from the Inside Out movies. In last place for me is easily Sadness. Now listen, in Inside Out 2, I actually think she has some pretty great moments in the film and really redeems herself in my standings. But I'm sorry, she is easily the worst and most annoying character in that first Inside Out movie, and for that she has to be in last place for me. And I understand it's the point of the character, obviously, but I'm sorry, she ruins every scene she's in. Like, just watching her just purposely touch all the stupid emotions and memories, I could not stand it every single time she was on screen. The only real benefit she gets is that it's voiced by Phyllis from The Office. It's nostalgia. Now she's pretty much only in Inside Out 2 for a couple of seconds because she's just played for a joke a couple times, but I can't lie, I laughed both times she was on screen, so she gets over Sadness for just that. At number 8, I have Envy, one of the new emotions in Inside Out 2, and I really wish I could have put her higher on this list, but I feel like they just really kind of had nothing to do for this character in the movie, which is really just a shame because they got Io Edeberry, who's one of the quickest rising stars in Hollywood today, to be the voice of the character, and she is truly giving it her all in this voice acting performance. She seriously has so little amount of lines or anything important to do in the film that she's kind of forgettable, and you kind of forget she's even there by the end of it. It's kind of weird because with the whole situation going on in Inside Out 2, you feel like there would be a lot of natural enviness and jealousness, but they just kind of don't do anything with it. 7 is Ennui, or aka Wee Wee. This is another one of the new emotions, but again, he's kind of more of a background character that just has a few funny lines and kind of isn't utilized much. But if they do another movie that takes place in more of the high school years, I definitely feel like he could have a bigger role in that one because it's just kind of this boredom feeling. Number 6 is Fear. He's kind of just another one of those more minor ones who doesn't have anything much to do in these movies. He has some pretty okay gags, obviously, and it's not like I dislike Fear, and I honestly didn't mind the new voice actor for him in Inside Out 2, but I gotta say I definitely preferred Bill Hader as him in the first movie. It just added a different level of kind of charm and humor to the character in my opinion. And he really honestly didn't have that much of a big role in the first movie already, and now in the second one he's kind of just completely overshadowed and taken over by anxiety, so I feel like that's just going to be the case going forward too, sadly, if we get more Inside Out movies. And number 5, I have Discuss, who yes is more of a side emotion again like some of these other characters, but I think every line she has is actually super funny and I like her in both movies. And this is another character that actually had their voice actor replaced, just like Fear. This used to be voiced by Mindy Kaling, but I honestly like the new voice actress even more, honestly. I just really appreciate the kind of witty, sarcastic comments that she's always making about things going on, and when she does take control of Riley's brain, it's always super funny. At number 4 is my guy Embarrassment from Inside Out 2. He is easily one of my favorite new emotions in the movie. He's honestly just a super real one. He's super helpful to everybody in the movie and just so likable as a character, even though he doesn't say a single word, which is kind of crazy that I can like a character this much when he doesn't even speak. Him and Sadness kind of have this good duo going on, and he's really the only reason I actually start to like Sadness in this movie. And plus, it's funny every single time something cringy and embarrassing happens, and he just keeps zipping up this hoodie more and more until he's almost fully hidden, even though he's this giant thing. Hit that like button and let me know in the comments what your favorite 3 emotions from both the first 2 Inside Out movies are in the comments below. At number 3, I have another newcomer in Inside Out 2. This time it's anxiety. I absolutely love the decision to have this emotion kind of be the quote-unquote villain of the film. And in the age of celebrities doing very bad voice acting jobs, Maya Hawke was actually, again, giving this her all for this performance. I guess you can tell it's her, but she's really trying to transform her voice, and I really appreciate that effort. And in addition to that, I also think this is just an amazing portrayal of anxiety itself, because this is something we're seeing in a lot of kids' movies nowadays, showing anxiety and panic attacks, and a lot of them I feel like aren't really accurate to what it really feels like. But this film does a great job of actually showing how anxiety is just trying to protect you, but how in the same time it is attacking your mind and just making you worry about all these different things. And I feel like it was just a really beautiful betrayal, and I love her ending in the story. I feel like this would be a really interesting character if they do more sequels, to see how they keep handling anxiety as it gets maybe worse or better in different situations in the future. At number 2, it's the main one herself, Joy. I mean, first of all, who doesn't love joy and happiness? She's better than me because she actually cares for Sadness and tries to involve her in things. I would just leave Sadness out of everything, I'm not gonna lie. But I also just love how much she cares for Riley and is truly trying to do the best, even though she does mess up a lot during the way. You can tell she just has the purest intentions. Plus, I absolutely have loved Amy Poehler as an actress since she was in Parks and Rec, so hearing her as the voice of this character is always just delightful. If the next Inside Out movies start getting really deep and we get stuff like depression to start battling joy, I feel like that would be really interesting to see how they handle that, so hopefully we get to tackle those deeper themes in future movies. My personal favorite is Anger, because I absolutely adore the humor in these movies, and he is honestly the funniest character in my opinion. Every single joke in both movies is hilarious, and even just his little lines of dialogue, even if they're not trying to be funny, they honestly just hit for me. I love how he's just a loose cannon, obviously, as being Anger himself, and every time he takes control of Riley, it is absolutely hilarious, so he's my number 1. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to click above my head to watch my review for Inside Out 2.